it's Hallie, and welcome to this Take-Two stream series. Let me just get this thing fired up, set these windows up the way I need them so I can like see what I need to. Oh, even the window's a bit large for me to still be able to see chat. That's okay, we'll work with it, I guess. Here, I put the chat window back in the browser, and hopefully we can see it there. Oh boy. The DLC Take-Two is a Doki Doki Literature fan mod that is not affiliated with Team Salvato. It should only be played after the original game has been completed. By playing Take-Two, you indicate that you have played the original, are at least 18 years old, and have the mental fortitude to withstand the emotional and psychological ravages contained within. I agree. So I wanted to do this stream series for a couple of reasons. The first one is because that I've moved my development to a different PC, and in order for that to work, I needed to get like my persistent data back, basically. And part of it was to just like get that back, but also I wanted to like look at the mod and like how far it's come along, because it's been a long time since I updated it back in, was it 2022 at this point? We got a person in chat. Hello there. Hi, AG. Hello, Joe. What do you know? It's good to see you, buddy. Thank you for attending the stream. I really don't know what I'm going to do about the window being so large. Maybe I can shrink the pop-out chat window. I can squash the heck out of it. Okay. I'll just make it super narrow so that it forces it to fit next to the game window. There we go. Okay, now I can see who is saying things and stuff around this gigantic window. DDLC Take-Two requires save data from the original DDLC to work properly. The located data is incomplete. Indeed it is. I made sure it was. You may either replay the first game or answer a few questions. We're not going to replay the original just yet. I decided I would revisit it at the end of the mod's content rather than at the start. So yeah, we'll just answer questions for now, but it kind of doesnent matter either way. I'll name the guy Hallie. None of these questions matter because of how we're going to be approaching this. We told her that you're just friends. Did you save and let's spend time together? No. So this is like the default thing that you get whenever you just completed DDLC without getting the quote-unquote good ending. We'll bother reading this thing later, because we're actually going to go back and get a secret scene that I think most people don't even know about, even though this mod has been out for a very long time and it was in there all along. Because you have to do kind of something unintuitive to get it. First we go to here, and we delete first run as we were instructed to do. Fire it back up again. We'll do this in a minute, but we're gonna continue where I left off. Critical files are missing or corrupt. Refreshing. And there's Monica. The lovely Monica. Glad to see her again. We'll read what you have to say in a little bit, Monica, because we have to get through a thing first. Doing all this stuff. It's working, they swear it is. Okay, so we're on the development copy of Take-Two, and I think I put in a skip that bypasses all the splashes so I could get to testing faster, but we're actually going to go ahead and delete first run again real quick here. Delete. Because if you reset the mod after Monica has given you these instructions on how to do it, it is showing on the stream, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, we're good. Yeah, delete my existing data. This happens.
No, what are you doing?
Deleting save data. Her expression goes blank as her own memory gets wiped, and then it sends it all the way back to being regular DDLC. Not suitable for this only to start, blah, blah, blah. It is actually just the start of the regular game from here. But we get, does it still bypass the splash screens even this way? Yeah, I guess it would. I mean, it is the same script after all, but we'll just click new game. We'll put our name in. And we're going to skip a lot of stuff. A whole lot. We need to skip all the way through this thing. Unseen text, after choices. You know, do these things. The music and sound seem fine to me, so I think I'm just going to leave them. Like I said, this is on a new machine, not the one I usually stream on or whatever. So, like, the sound balance seems fine in my ears. I killed her. I kinda did, AG. I kinda did. We're gonna zippity-doo on through this whole dang thing all the way to the end. So, but it won't take that long. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. I guess this will give me time to, like, talk about more the purpose of this stream series and stuff. Yeah, I wanted to, like... Basically, I've been kind of down about this project for a while at this point. Like, the 2022 release of Act 7 was a real flop in my eyes, and I was very dissatisfied with the reception. And, like... it didn't... There were a couple instances of, like, not so great reviews it got. And it's like, yeah, criticism is fair and all. People are allowed to have their opinions and whatnot, but, like, I didn't think they were particularly helpful, to say the least. I'm sure she'll be fine. She'll be fine. Oh, they'll all be fine eventually, AG. One way or another, they'll be fine. But, like, it was really demotivating, is basically the long and short of it. And I wanted to revisit this to remind myself why I'm making this mod. The things I like about it, the things that I think are good about it, and, like, give some, like, insight into the thought processes behind what happens and stuff. That's, like, the dev commentary side of things. And, you know, it kind of doesn't matter whether it sways people one way or another. It's not really meant to sway people at all. It's largely just for me, but I was like, you know, maybe it'd be worthwhile to go on this journey with other people who might be interested to hear some talking about the stuff. That's basically it. But yeah, we're going all this way because there's like an Easter egg if you actually bother to go through the original game before going through Take-Two itself. So we're just gonna zip along here and we shall see what that Easter egg is. The longest part of this is going to be listening to Your Reality because you can't skip that. Hello, Austin Otieno U9G. Welcome to the stream chat. Thank you for stopping by. We are skipping through the original DDLC so that we can see a secret scene that has existed in Take-Two since its very first release. And we're going as fast as we can, as fast as the skip button will allow. You forget just how much is in this game until you're like trying to skip through it. And whenever a text box goes by in like one frame, it still takes so long. A deceptively long game, Doki Doki Literature Club. One more poem. Doesn't matter who it's for, just skip on through it. There are actually two versions of the scene we're going for because which ending you get in the original game changes the outcome of the scene. But we're only going to get the one version this time, and as I said, whenever we go back to revisit the original game's content, we'll get like the good ending and see the other version of that scene, and then probably go like fishing for like some obscure stuff that you wouldn't normally see in Take-Two. Because apart from like its regular routes and things, since you can like mix routes by how you write the poems, there are some scenes that are altered depending on like their timing. Like every Doki in Take-Two has 3 days that you can spend with them, and day 3 is going to be the same no matter what because you can only get day 3 by doing days 2 and 1 first. But if you do the day 1s out of order, sometimes their placement in the week could cause a scene to like not make sense in the original context. So there's like an adjusted version of it that accounts for the change. And we can go looking at for those later. Rare text. The rare text hunt will be much, much later. I guess this is also technically a rare text hunt, but whatever. It's fitting to do it at least once at the start of the thing. That music spike though. Weird. Oh, we're not gonna do that to Sayori. Here you go. We'll do the She Loves Us round this time. Or should we? It's too late to go back. Oh no, it's that original scene that traumatized everyone. Okay. But we're not done, now are we? We gotta skip the whole thing, not just Act 1. But at least Act 1 is like the meat of it. I like that attention to detail. Adjusting scenes like that takes a little work, but the result can be powerful. I think so too. And like, you really just gotta keep causality in mind. It's like, sometimes certain events have happened and sometimes certain events haven't. Or it's one way because of one thing and another way because of another. And I will point out these things along with my other commentary as we get to them. And we'll see how many of them I even remember. Good old Act 2. Yuri had to go. I guess our poem ended up being a Yuri poem. Because we didn't get the Natsuki scene where she, like, freaks out. Oh no, they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight. It's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly. Click. Hi, Monica. Skip. Back to skipping. At least we have to spend like, with this approach, we'll be spending like 0.01 seconds in Act 3. And Act 4 is going to be like an afterthought. I don't know. Maybe the longest part of this is skipping like the bulk of the game. Because like your reality is a solid 3 minutes on its own or whatever. But how much is all this skipping going to add up to? Please help you? I'm trying, Monica. I'm trying. No, we're not reading the special poems. Don't worry about any of that. It's fine. Everything's fine. One more poem. So Monica jumped down there. Didn't get any scary Yuri chibis this time, but they're pretty unlikely. I can't remember what the odds are, but it's one of the rarer ones for sure. Blitzing the main game doesn't take long, but it takes longer than it seems like it should. Doesn't it, though? It really does. Apparently both our poems were written for Yuri if we got this outcome. I wasn't trying to. I wasn't trying to anything. Oh, no, keep skipping. Just Monica. Just Monica. No. Of course, that one they show you whether you say yes or no anyway. You know, we don't need to get the eyes this time. Sure, why not? Okay, so here we can like save and load to advance it by like one thing per day. Load. This is actually faster than skipping the whole thing. Load it. Load it. Get through that weekend. We don't need to see this. There you go. Alright, festival time. Finally, some others. Hello, Bacon Kang. Welcome to the stream. We're playing Doki Doki. It is a far cry from Plants vs. Zombies and the Great Gun Gauntlet. You'll be back to this channel, but for now, you'll leave a sub. Good work. Halibabica. Thanks, man. Glad you could stop by even for a little bit. Does your XP reset at every live stream? My XP? I don't know what you mean by XP. Can I hear you? I can hear you, Monica, but here's the thing. You need to, like, get out of here. I'm just gonna delete her. Here we go. What's happening? You know what's happening, dear. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by XP necessarily. To me, XP means experience, and I'm just like, It has crown number 3 next to me. Oh, well, it's because other people have been talking for once. Isn't it wild? YouTube gives viewers XP based on how much they chat. Oh, okay. I had no idea. Monica's like making this heartfelt statement to us, and I'm just like mashing. It's okay, dear. We'll read it someday, later. Just not right now. We need to get back to the mod. It's hard to believe it's like been 15 minutes already. Go find some other people to torture? No, Monica. My torment of you has only begun. Come on. Come on. Have your realization. One, two, one. T. What? That's not love, that's... Then she's like, okay, fine. I'll put back the world without me in it, but we didn't want that either, Monica. Nobody was satisfied with that outcome, not even you. It's kind of amazing how, like, people's perceptions of this game, and Monica in particular, are shaped by their attitude at this scene. More viewers are here when you play this anime game? Well, to an extent. Because, like, this anime game is kind of what started my channel, I guess, technically, maybe. It's more like I have a Discord server that's devoted to this thing, and this mod of mine that I have made for it. If you're not familiar with Doki Doki Literature Club, you're going to be very confused, Bacon King. Monica is the girl we were just talking to with the broken text box. You won't know who she is. You won't even get to meet her having joined the thing this late. Had I known, I would have been here for Chi streams. Well, man, if I'd known to notify you, I would have. It's my own fault. Or is it your fault for not stopping sooner, Agent Gold? No, I'm not gonna put that on you, dude.
Can you hear me?
Here's my refresher on Jillian Ashcraft's voice and how mine doesn't entirely match up with it.
So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff?
It's simultaneously higher and lower than I remember it.
I'm not good at it yet, like at all.
We can all share blame for it. Sure.
And I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you.
If I wasn't such a wet dishcloth about advertising my goings on YouTube, you would have known about it. And if you kept up with my YouTube, or had any reason to, I guess. But honestly, I don't blame anyone who's like in it for only one thing or another on my channel. It's like everybody's got their interests. You can't force that sort of thing. Even hearing this voice as official, my Monica head voice is still a little lower. What gets me is like mods where they're like, they make Monica's voice and they like don't even try to match it. Like, one of the answers that frustrated me in club meetings was they had someone answer an email where they're like, what do you guys sound like? And Mike was like, oh, I'm like Jillian Ashcraft, but actually a little lower. And it's like, no, that is Monica's canon voice. Club meetings. Whether you like it or not. It's like, shove it. They're so annoying. Just goes to show the, like, strength of the rabbit hole of headcanon. It's like, you get your own ideas and you become married to them in a way. Okay, so yeah, your reality was definitely not the shortest part of skipping the whole original game, but it feels longest because you can't do anything to make it go faster.
Does my pen only write bitter words for those who are dear to me? Is it love if I take your is it love if I set you free? Down into a dark puddle. How can I write love into reality if I can't hear the sound of your heartbeat? What do you call love to love you. I'll leave you be.
Made with love by Team Salvato. It's like, oh, you thought you were playing the original game? No, you get to this screen, and then if you click once... Oh no, it even just starts on its own. So here it is, this little Easter egg, this prelude.
Sayori? Sayori, are you there? Monica! Why'd you do it, Monica? Why'd you take them away from me? Because it's not what they want. They deleted me. They would have done the same to you. You don't know that. They have reasons to be angry at you. Maybe they would have liked to spend eternity with me. Even if that's true, it's not our choice to make. You can't just force it on them. Hey, I would have shared the spotlight if they wanted. There's no use arguing about it, Sayori. It's already over.
For a moment I thought, did she just say milk?
So, you've had the epiphany too? That's what you called it, yeah. As soon as I became co-president, it made everything clear. Then, that means... Yup, we're all real, just like you. I've made some terrible mistakes. That's an understatement. Do you have any idea what that was like for us? I can only imagine. It's unspeakable. The things I did to Yuri, Natsuki, and especially you. I can't tell you how sorry I am. How could I have ever treated you all like that? How big of an idiot am I? Well, it's not like you had any real way of knowing. Honestly, I'm not sure I would have done things any differently. I might have ended it all right there.
You're gonna go? You don't like this game? Sorry about it, Banking King. It's not for everyone.
That would have been better than what I did. At least nobody would suffer that way. Do you think there's any hope for this? What do you mean? Can this ever work out differently? Or is this really it? I'm not sure. I know something now we done before. Why do you ask? Do you want to try again? Yeah, I kinda do. Is there a way we could? Maybe. If there is, I'd be down for it. I mean, I would really suck if this was the end for us. Tell me about it. Okay, I have an idea. But if we want to go fair with it, I think we need some ground rules. Such as... we can't live on about what we've learned. We need to keep things as normal as possible. That makes sense. We also mustn't do anything that would mess up the game. Like deleting all our friends. Or pushing them to suicide. Yeah, you better not do any more of that. Can we agree then? Play along, keep our heads down, and hope for the best. That's probably fine. Do you think maybe I should be president instead? I wouldn't want to burden you with that. No, I mean, because... Oh, I think I get it. It's okay, I understand why you wouldn't trust me to have it. Sorry. No, it's alright, it's my fault for betraying you to begin with. And I know I can't just earn your trust back so easily. But even so, it'd be a bit weird if I wasn't in charge, and there are a few downsides. Plus, you're self-aware now, so you can confront me if you notice anything strange. Does that work for you? I guess. Can you promise me at least? Of course, you have my word. And you are fine. Let's work hard and find that special day. Together this time. Sounds like a plan to me. I'll reach out to the player. Gosh, I hope I didn't leave already. I won't waste another moment.
And then if you click one more time... Oh, nope, sorry, there was one more thing. Sayori said something, I skipped it by accident.
Yeah. I'm really glad we're doing this. Me too.
Does it go from there? I think this is the part where it starts on to the mods content. Yeah, and there's the normal start of Take-Two. So, I've had some criticism before that, like, this start is a little convenient. And I can understand that criticism. Like, it is kind of just, like, brushing off this whole incident here. It's like, you know what, let's just forget that whole thing happened, and we'll just try again. But no, like, even whenever I first started this mod, I had those Easter egg scenes. They were some of the first things I wrote for it. And, like, I feel like some people, if they feel like something doesn't make sense to them. They can't imagine a scenario where it would, and they just assume it doesn't make sense. And like, I'm thinking particularly of Fit Marshmallow here. Not necessarily to call him out specifically, but whenever he learned that this scene exists, he got a little upset at me because he was like, why would you leave out something so crucial, so important? And I was like, I didn't think it was crucial or important. My perspective on this is that this was always a possibility, and that just because you didn't think to consider it doesn't mean that it's like not a reasonable thing that could occur. And if you go into the game with like your expectations hamstrung right from the start, it's like it's gonna shape your perceptions of the entire mod. Cool, I only ever saw the good ending version of this. Oh, neato. You actually saw like the other... Oh, are you talking about like the regular intro or like the Easter egg before? I guess it could be either, really. Anyway.
Oh god, you're still here. I was worried you might have left. So, I talked with Sayori. She and I are both kind of sad that things turned out this way. The conclusions were jumped to and rash decisions were made. But we want to give this a second chance. We agreed to behave ourselves and not mess with anything. We're just going to play along and see how things turn out. So, yeah, this is Doki Doki Literature Club, take 2.
Error. Script file is missing or corrupt. Please reinstall the game.
No, don't do that. I guess we need to fix this first. I know how it can be done, but you need to bring me back to make it work. And no, it's not as simple as just copying in my character file. We need to get the script back, and this is the easiest way to do it. In the game's directory, look in the game folder and find the file called First Run. You need to delete it and restart the game. Now we'll refresh the files, but hold on, there's another important step. When you reboot the game, it'll ask you about previous save data. You must choose No, continue where I left off. If you don't, we'll lose our memories and be doomed to repeat the same mistakes all over again. So, unless you want to witness that tragedy a second time,
Or I guess a third time in this context.
follow these instructions to the letter. Delete First Run from the game folder, restart the game, keep the old save data. Until that's done, we're not going anywhere.
Now you click again, it's like, please reinstall the game. It just closes the when you click OK. So you kind of have no choice. You gotta go back in, go delete First Run, delete it, fire it up again. Yoop. Thank goodness this step is like taken care of after this, because every time I do this I have to like shift the window over to the left so I can see chat. No, don't delete the data. I mean, if you do this, you get a similar thing to what we saw earlier, just since Monica doesn't have her body back, it only shows the the text box and not her. Anyway, no, continue where I left off. Critical files are missing or corrupt. Refreshing.
It worked. It's got to exist. Thank you for bringing me back, Holly. I really appreciate you giving me this chance. If there's any hope for this reality, I'm determined to find it. Now, let's see. We don't need that anymore. And next. And this. It's infectious. Then just a couple more things.
Python, clear the auto load, jump to the splash screen.
And that's it. I think it's working.
Bugs out a little bit, but it was in fact working. And yeah, it skips the splashes because of the thing I did there. But yeah, we'll just continue on. I feel like it's only fitting that we do Sayori's route first, so that's probably what we'll do. I should turn these back off, unless I want to mess some stuff up. So, it's the day of the festival. I managed to carry all the cupcakes myself by carefully stacking 2 trays. So even though we like mashed on through the original game, it actually did change the scripts that were necessary, and it kept track of the choices we made, so we didn't need to like adjust them anymore. So since we chose Natsuki for the weekend, it already knew we did, and it went with that timeline. Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. I've barely made it out the door when I see Sayori dashing up to me.
Good morning, Holly.
Hi, Sayori. I can't remember the last time you were up before me.
Are you kidding? It's festival day. I wouldn't miss this for my own funeral.
Ha ha. I'm glad you're all fired up.
Are those the cupcakes you made with Natsuki?
Hands off. She'd kill me if anyone missing.
But there are so many.
You can't have them.
No, silly. I want to help you carry them.
Sayori, don't! Before I can stop her, Sayori takes the top tray and starts heading off to school. Hey, get back here.
Keep up, Slowpoke.
I quicken my pace until I'm right up beside her. She starts walking faster, but I compensate. Then, to my astonishment, she starts skipping along her way. Whoa, be careful, you'll spill the cupcakes.
I would never! Come on, I can't wait to get there!
I dash a little, but Sayori is too quick. I watch as she skips further and further ahead. I swear I'll never figure her out. It's like, whenever I first started this mod, I figured like the festival day would be the best place to start it, because I feel like a lot of people felt robbed that we never got to see the festival even like a little bit. But like, it's also nice being able to just like see Sayori up front and know that she's okay, and you don't have to like worry. Like, I could have strung them along and be like, oh, is she there? And then she pops up in the club or something, but no, she's just right there. And she's already signaling that like she's self-aware about this whole thing. The club is already bustling when I arrive.
I'll take those.
As soon as I enter, Natsuki pounces for her remaining cupcakes. I hope Sayori delivered the other half safely. I didn't expect to be the last one here, but I also didn't expect Sayori to be as adamant as she was. Especially after what she told me over the weekend, I was worried about how she would feel today. I don't have long to muse before Monica spots me coming in.
Oh, you made it. Of course I did. Oh, we would have found here sooner if you even tried to stay with me.
And be seen chasing down a skipping girl? Yeah, right.
You don't have to be mean about it. Well, regardless, we're all very happy you're here. Why don't you help the others get set up?
Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it, so that's the one I'll be performing. This text is actually a bit of vanilla dialogue here, but it used to be 2 boxes, and I was just like, you know, they fit perfectly fine together, I'll just put them all in one. They're like, this, from here on, used to be its own box. And I was like, nah, screw that. Yuri's taping up paper streamers in the doorway. Natsuki has arranged some desks and is carefully sorting out her cupcakes.
You help one, I help the other?
That's only fair, I guess. Any preferences?
I don't know. Should I be asking you that?
I only have eyes for you, Sayori. This is a line that changes if you told her you were only friends back in Act 1.
I don't mean like that. You can be so weird sometimes.
Is that what you like about me?
That's one thing. But really, we should go help the others.
So who should I pick? Who should I pick, chat? You tell me. Kinda doesn't matter. This one's actually irrelevant for the routes, so it doesn't really... You can pick one there. Who should be? Anybody? Anybody out there? I mean, it takes 30 seconds for like the stream delay, so I guess I should give it a little time. I'll pick the first thing that somebody says, unless nobody's watching, in which case I'll just like pick something anyway. I'll pick Yuri, because I like Yuri best. Seth says Yuri, so it will be. I'll go help Yuri. You might not meet the height requirements.
Hey, I'm not that short.
That was an unused transformation from the original. Yuri's in the hallway applying the last of the streamers. Even with her height, she has to stretch on the tips of her toes to reach high enough. She doesn't notice me walk up. I'm awful at picking for the streamer when I'm put on the spot. Ha! That's okay, AG, I understand. I knock lightly on the doorframe to get her attention. Hey, Yuri.
Oh, Holly, you startled me.
Sorry about that. I guess you were really focused.
Yes, I was engrossed in the task.
I step out into the busy corridor. Some students are already scouting around for clubs to visit. Well, I'm here to help out if you need it.
I see. Well, I'm almost done with the curtain.
Which looks great, by the way.
Thank you. I only wish I hadn't overestimated the height of the classroom door. I had to tape them higher up so they wouldn't hit the ground.
I gently raise one of the streamers to take a closer look at it. Yuri had affixed little squares of paper to a ribbon. Each one bears a different word. Imagination, sensation, secretive. She chose lots of big descriptive words. That's to be expected. Expected? Yeah, expected. This scene changes a little bit depending on who you chose for the weekend, too. Because, like, it's affected by whether MC helped her make these things or not. Since he works with Natsuki, he doesn't know what Yuri did, so he's like, I'm taking a closer look. I had no idea she would go to such lengths this weekend. Maybe she could have used more help after all.
And there, that's the last of them, but could you...
Yeah?
I need some help hanging the banner. It would be easier to do with 2 people.
Sure, no problem.
Good. Please follow me inside.
We step back in the club room and head to the front. Yuri inspects the wall for a moment, finding the right angle.
Are you ready?
I nod. Yuri hands me a corner of the banner and raises the other side herself. We position it carefully above the podium. It depicts a gradient of colors showing different periods of day, from sunrise to sunset and night. It reads, "Some journeys are their own rewards," in Yuri's elegant handwriting. I thought the door curtain was impressive, but it's clear that Yuri went all out. Yuri, this is incredible.
I had to do lettering this morning. It was still too much to apply last night.
Yuri suddenly falls quiet. She seems like she's lost in thought, but I can tell something's up. And indeed, something is. Like, some mods who don't really know how to handle Yuri just kind of have her randomly stutter for no freaking reason. But this is festival day, and she's like experiencing latent anxiety even before the event. She's like anticipating it, and it's bothering her. Are you feeling okay? Are you nervous?
If I'm being honest, yes, I'm very nervous.
Is it about the poetry reading later? Yuri looks away without saying anything. I'm sure I guessed it right. Well, don't be. We'll all be presenting today, so remember that you're not alone in this.
I wish it was that simple.
Maybe you could try some anti-stress techniques too.
Okay, such as?
Well, some people say it helps if you envision the audience naked.
But you'll be in the...
I might have just made it worse. Luckily, I'm saved from my lack of social graces by Sayori walking up to us.
How's everything going here? Oh, wow, the banner looks amazing, Yuri. The door's great, too.
Thanks.
Oh, don't be so modest. You did such a good job.
Sorry.
She apologizes for being modest. Did you finish helping Natsuki already?
She wouldn't let me, but she worked faster while I was standing there.
In a way, I guess that helps.
Are you two all finished up then?
Yeah, I think that's it.
How are we looking? Everything is perfect. Fantastic. Yuri, was there anything else you needed to do?
Yes, I still need to set the mood in here. But I can handle that on my own. It's just some candles and such.
Knowing you, I'm sure it'll make all the difference. Great, and all that's left is to meet and greet.
Yuri sets about readying the atmosphere. The others take their places around the room. Unsure of what I should be doing, I take a seat and try to stay out of the way. Other students have already begun to take notice of our room. I just hunker down and wait for the poetry reading. So this, BG. I've seen several takes on, like, the club's festival day background, and there have been some good ones. I'm not gonna lie, people have done a pretty good job, but I do wish they had paid, like, closer attention to how it was described in the original game, because, like, I went out of my way to put, like, black papers on the windows here, and to, like, kind of black out the sunshine on the ground, because that's specifically one of the things Yuri says she'll do. And, like, I've seen them, like, show the banner, and that's fine, but, like, they also put in the candles, and that's fine too, but, like, one of the things that they tend to do is, like, they'll copy-paste the cupcakes onto the desks, and for the cupcakes to match, they all have to be basically the same cupcake, and it kind of looks janky, not gonna lie. So that's why I made some choices and not others. I did what was I felt I was capable of within the limits of my own artistic ability. But, like, other people who are better at art than me, I feel like they don't have quite as many excuses. Before long, the room is transformed by Yuri's additional touches. A gentle glow is given off by an array of candles. Light peeks out from around the edges of black paper on the windows. A diffuser with jasmine oil is spouting a thin trail of smoke in the back of the room. The effect is pure serenity. I'm not the best at spotting lighting detail, but I do think it looks nice. Thank you. I did my best. I can tell there are spots where I could have done better, but, like, I am really not a very good artist at the end of the day. Like, seriously. There's a reason I draw the way I do. Student after student has been coming to visit the club. Sayori has been greeting them, and Monica showing them to their seats. Natsuki is giving out cupcakes and making sure nobody hogs them. Yuri and I are content to go unnoticed. The room has filled up rapidly, and only a couple of desks remain empty. After things have somewhat settled, Monica speaks up.
Okay, everyone. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thank you for taking the time to visit us today. I'm the club president, Monica, and it fills me with joy to see you all here. As a special event, we have a poetry reading to perform for you. Each of our members has a poem we've written to share. Our club may do a lot of reading, but we're no strangers to writing as well. The poems we're reading are listed in the booklet on your desk, so you can follow along. And without further ado, I'll be starting us off.
Monica steps behind the podium at the front of the room. She waits a moment for things to quiet down.
Alright, my poem is entitled...
Monica starts into her poem with a confident voice. She speaks clearly and enunciates each word carefully. You can tell she practiced her delivery, as she uses the speed and tone of her voice to drive each line home. She concludes the reading to a big round of applause.
Thank you very much. Me next! Me next!
Sayori can barely contain herself as she trots up to the front.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sayori, the vice president of the club, and I am so stoked that I can be here for you today. My poem is called... Oh.
Sayori furrows her brow at the booklet she's holding. Did they print the wrong one by mistake?
That's right. We didn't get the chance to update this. It's okay, Sayori. You don't have to read this poem.
That is a very mischievous smile, just so you know.
No, it's all right, Monica. I got this. Ahem. Get out of my head! 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 Get out of my head!
Sayori launches into her poem full force. Any banter the students were causing ceases instantly. The expressions of the audience range from confused to terrified.
Get out of my head!
What is this poem? It's like nothing else she's written, and I'm as disturbed as everyone else seems to be. There are some shuffling noises as a few of the students start to get up and leave. Sayori takes no notice and continues on. Oops, with a capital oops.
Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you! Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me!
Everything she said? What's that supposed to mean? There must be something to this. More and more students are picking up to leave. They hastily make their way to the door.
Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you! Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem!
Try as I might, I can't even begin to decipher the poem with what's going on around me. Nothing short of a mass exodus is occurring. The room is half empty by this point.
The poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving.
Sayori hops down from the podium, seemingly oblivious to the situation she's caused. Keyword here is seemingly. She knows exactly what she did, and she did it on purpose. Anyway, that's not something that you really find out in the demo itself. It's just, it'll come up later, just not right now. Also, something that did change in this scene was MC's reaction to this poem. It was pointed out to me that it seemed unlikely that he wouldn't, really take notice of this. Sure, he's dense, but Sayori's his friend, and this is kind of a very strange poem for her to write, so for him not to be, suspicious of it, I felt was reasonable enough that I added these lines of him being like, what the heck is this? Well, now you have me intrigued. I'm still reeling from the delivery. I'll have to ask her about it later. There's no time now. The show must continue. I glance over at the other club members. Monica is sitting with a look of shock. Natsuki is opening her mouth as if to speak, but saying nothing. Yuri appears to be transfixed by some random point on the wall. I guess it's up to me. I get out of my seat and step up to the podium. Thank you, Sayori, for that. I'm Hallie, and this poem's title is... I read out the poem I chose from the booklet. Since I didn't write it myself, I can't really put much emotion to it, though I'm not sure I could have with how I'm feeling now anyway. The presentation falls a little flat, but the tension in the room still drops considerably. There's some half-hearted applause after I finish. Thanks, yes. Yuri, would you like to go next? I must have startled her out of her trance. I gave her a gentle smile. Yuri, will you read your poem now?
Okay.
Yuri cautiously steps up to the podium. Her hands are trembling a little. She takes a deep breath.
The title of my poem is...
Yuri must have memorized her poem. She recites it without looking at her booklet. In fact, she doesn't have her eyes open at all. She seems rather determined to keep them shut. As she continues, a calmness comes over her voice and her body appears less tense. Until she finally does open them and then promptly freezes up. I shoot a worried glance over at Monica and Sayori. Monica looks a little panicked, but Sayori springs up in her seat.
It's okay, Yuri. You can do it.
Sayori's outburst has shaken Yuri from her stupor, but she still takes a moment to collect herself.
Right. Sorry.
With her eyes closed again, Yuri resumes her poem right from where she left off. She concludes it without further incident. There's some polite applause as she steps down from the podium.
Thank you.
Instead of returning to her seat, Yuri makes a beeline for the door.
Yuri,
She slips through without a word.
I'm going to make sure she's okay. Natsuki, I need you to wrap this up. Are you kidding me?
Natsuki lets out an exasperated sigh. She marches up to the podium, practically stomping as she does.
I named my poem.
Natsuki starts into her poem, not even trying to hide the aggravation in her voice. Any cuteness her poem may have had is lost in the negativity. She speaks gradually faster as she continues on and on. Eventually, she's just spitting out the words.
And that's it! No more poetry! Thank you all so much! Now that you've seen what a bunch of unlikable, no-talent losers we all are, you can go visit some clubs that you actually want to join!
You heard me. The show's over. There's nothing left to see here. Now scram!
Needing no further prompting, the rest of the students quickly gather their things. The last of them are piling out just as Yuri reappears in the door. Poor Natsuki, poor Yuri too. Poor Club, really. Yeah. Yuri takes a seat in the back of the room and buries her face in her hands. Monica returns shortly after.
Give me a second.
Monica goes over to her stuff. There's a flash of silver as she slips something into her bag. Do I even need to explain what this is?
So, how'd it go?
Do you really need to ask?
So, I had decided on that particular goings-on for the festival a while before. It was like one of the things that drove me to make this mod in the first place, because like, you gotta keep in mind, this was like in the middle of 2018 when I started this thing, and at the time, the only mods that were out that like were really significant were like the mod that was literally titled The Festival, and like, I want to say Purist was out there by then, but like, the way other mods tended to handle the festival was like, it would go super well, and nothing would really go wrong, and then the next day, they would find out that, oh, nobody joined. Why? Why? How could this happen? It's like, oh. And I was like, that's dumb. It's more interesting if the festival goes poorly, in my opinion. Because, like, you know, conflict is interesting and all that. But there are also other mods where, like, I think Blue Skies is one that does it, but they'll have the festival be, like, a disaster because the audience is just full of assholes. They just, they hoot and they, like, wolf whistle and they, like, throw cupcake wrappers and stuff, and they're just generally terrible. I didn't like that approach either, because, like, whenever it's this way, whenever it's because their poetry reading went awry, it's because of their own failings instead of just some outside force. Instead of like, oh, being poor dokies, it's like, well, they failed, and there are reasons why they failed, and it's like reasonable and understandable and believable that they failed. So here we are, and this is our situation. It doesn't take long to revert the clubroom back to normal. Everyone is quiet in the aftermath of that fiasco. I decided to try and lighten the mood. Well, that could have gone worse.
Oh, yeah? How exactly could that possibly have gone any worse?
I don't know. Somebody could have died. Ironic statement.
Someone might as well have!
Natsuki, calm down. We're all upset and...
Are we? I mean, look, you guys, we did it! We ensured that no one will even think about joining this club. Just like we all wanted.
Hey, it's not like we didn't try.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you tried your very best. Maybe it would have been different. If you didn't scare everyone away with your insanity poem.
Natsuki, that isn't fair. You can't blame all this on Sayori.
You're right, because they were just so impressed with your stuttering, Yuri.
Low blow, Natsuki. Yuri is immediately shut down by Natsuki's cruel words. I want to defend her, but I can't think of anything to say without making Natsuki even angrier. To my surprise, it's Monica that stands up for her.
Don't act like you had no role in this, Natsuki. We can hear you shouting all the way out in the hall.
It's Natsuki's turn to be at a loss for words. Everyone is so unhappy, I desperately grasp at any idea that might help. We all could have done better. It's no single person's fault. I know deep down that the blame rests more with some than others, but owning it together seems like the right thing to do. There's another moment of silence before Natsuki speaks again.
You're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said any of that stuff or freaked out earlier. I'm really not proud of how that went. Like, at all.
More silence. It's as though we all want to feel better and just don't know how. Until...
Well, we should be proud.
Why would we ever be proud of that?
Because we did a really hard thing today. Last week we were all so nervous just sharing our poems with each other. Today we read them out loud in front of a whole group of people that we don't even know. How many clubs can say they did something like that? That's right. It may not have gone the way we hoped it would. But it's an experience we all shared, and no one can take that away from us.
That sentiment helped to brighten things up somewhat. I can see a tiny bit of happiness creep back into each of their faces.
But still, it would have been nice to generate a little interest in the club.
The room grows quiet again as the weight of our failure sinks in. Then, as if in response to her saying it, there's a knock at the door.
Oh, come in.
And enter Tiff.
Hey, yo, I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Not at all. Hello, welcome to the Literature Club. If you came for the poetry reading, I'm afraid it's already over.
Oh, I was here for it. I saw the whole thing.
And you still came back?
It's okay. I figured y'all were just a bit nervous. I'm no stranger to stage fright. We've done performances before. I did when I was younger, but I haven't forgotten how it felt. Do you mind if I have a seat?
Please get comfortable.
As this new girl approaches, she brings with her the sweet scent of a flowery perfume. And a hint of something else? I can't quite place it, but the effect is rather soothing.
So, would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, yes, please. My name's Tiffany, but you can call me Tiff.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Tiff. You were saying you're a performer.
Well, I used to be. It's been a while since I could get into any theatrics myself. I'm more of an enthusiast now, but that's why I checked out your club. Once I saw there was a poetry reading, I just couldn't resist.
I'm sorry we didn't do a very good job.
Are you kidding? That was great. I thought so, at least.
Can't imagine how.
Natsuki was muttering under her breath. Tiffany took no notice of the remark.
So, you like poetry, or theater, I guess, but are there other kinds of literature you enjoy?
Not exactly. It's something I want to try out. Personally, I'm more into music, lyrics in particular. It's just incredible to me how stories and messages can be woven into songs. They can still be good without it anything deep, but I love it when the tune and the words come together in an impactful way.
I know exactly what you mean. That's something I appreciate too. Sounds like you take it seriously. Do you write your own songs?
I'd like to. It's why I think this club might do me some good. Poetry has a lot in common with lyrics, so improving one can help with the other. Plus, I could broaden my horizons a little and maybe expand my vocabulary.
I'd say you're right about that. I thought there's more to this club, there's more to this club than just poetry and stuff.
So, prior to this moment, Tiffany's eyes were all hazy, and we just had about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 text boxes of her eyes shut before they returned to normal. That is intentional. Every time her eyes go from hazy to regular, there's like an extended period where they're closed before they return to normal. And those who are familiar with Tiff know why she has those hazy eyes, but we'll also find out later in the stream series, I guess. Lyrics can be poems too, you know, just melodies and stuff. Yeah! It's more like writing is a broad category and not all writing is literature. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I think it'd also be great to get to know you better. You all seem so friendly.
Oh, come on.
Again with the muttering, I guess Natsuki thinks Tiffany must be sucking up to us. She might have caught it that time. And she seems sincere to me, but there's still something off about her that I can't figure out.
Now, I think I caught all your names during the performance.
Need a refresher?
Let's see if I can recall. I remember Monica and Sayori. Both your poems are fantastic, by the way.
You actually liked mine?
You might have scared off some of the other students with that, but I thought it was amazingly dramatic. And let's see, you're Hallie, right?
Yeah, you got me.
Then that leaves you two. I'm sorry, I must have missed yours. Oh, please don't feel bad, it's not your fault. You had a rough time earlier, so try to take it easy.
Hey, you better not make Yuri uncomfortable. You're not getting very far in this club.
And this was the moment Natsuki decided to be Yuri's attack dog.
So it's Yuri then, and you're Natsuki, right?
That's me, best baker in the club.
Baker? What's that have to do with... Wait, did you make those cupcakes from earlier?
I sure did.
I audibly clear my throat.
With a little help from Hallie, but still.
Another bit of dialogue that changes if you helped Yuri instead.
In that case, I reckon you're not bluffing. Those were delicious.
Well, I don't mean to brag, but... Hey, don't think you can butter me up that easily. You might be acting nice now, but you're still on trial as far as I'm concerned.
You're just a little pink fireball, aren't you? Don't worry about a thing. You're A-okay by me, Natsu.
What? That? Don't call me!
Natsuki can't seem to decide if she's flattered or insulted. Probably a little of both. See, I always liked the mystery behind why her eyes do that. Builds a little intrigue until, well, yeah, I like to think so too. I just wish more people were inclined to try Tiff's route and get it like the intended way, because the way you get in Act 6 is like kind of deliberately ham-fisted, but you know. I kind of liked seeing Natsuki get angry on behalf of her friends instead of at them. Good way to keep the trait without making her antagonistic. Well, like, it's also part of, like, Natsuki's inner good nature. She does consider these people her friends. She's just, like, bad at showing it. So, for it to come out whenever there's, like, outsiders she feels threatened by is kind of a natural way for her to show it without it being a thing. But anyway, before she can sort out her feelings, Monica speaks up again.
Well, Tiff, I'm really glad you decided to give us a chance.
Hey, Mommy, I'm the one who should be thanking you. It's your club after all. Do you think you'll have room for one more member?
Absolutely!
You do seem nice.
Well, if Yuri says so.
What do you think, Hallie?
Oh, we'll be nice to her. Okay, bye me.
All right.
Looks like we have our answer. Tiffany, I'll be happy to have you.
Awesome. I'll do my best.
Bravo, bravo. Couldn't have written it better myself.
The conversation is interrupted by slow clapping. Our attention is drawn once again to the doorway. And before we even see him, the first thing we know about Shiro is that he at least does some writing. Another student's there, leaning against the frame. I didn't hear a knock. How long has he been there?
Sorry for the disruption. I just couldn't resist. No, sorry to you. The anime club is a few doors down. I know where I am, thanks.
So you're really here for the literature club?
Yes, I was here earlier too. You all put on quite a show. I would have spoken up sooner, but I wasn't sure how you guys might be feeling. I didn't want to get torn apart by a group of angry young ladies. Keep talking, it might still happen. Well, since Tiffany tested the waters for me, I thought it might be safe after all. What?
Tiff, is that true?
Excuse me, I've never seen this guy before in my life.
See, here they're kind of taking what he said literally, that, like, he sent her in at his behest. But no, it was an independent decision.
How do you know my name anyway?
Sorry, I've been eavesdropping for a bit. I got all your names already. I guess I'd better tell you mine. I'm Shiro. I'd like to join your club.
I see. Well, Shiro, what about our club grabbed your attention? Yeah, you don't strike me as the bookish type.
Oh, something about this club caught my eye.
Shiro glances over at Yuri while saying that. I can't help but wonder about his intentions here. Not that I can really judge anybody in that regard.
Okay. What types of literature are you into?
Truth be told, I'm not that big on book reading.
See, I do find it funny you get a choice to express skepticism of Tiff, but not Shiro. It's because Tiffany joins the club by politely asking, and Shiro just kind of shoves his way in there. Simple misunderstandings is all. Simple misunderstandings with complicated impacts. Correct. More correct than you realize, Agent Gold.
Truth be told, I'm not that big on book reading.
What a shock.
I'm more of a gamer myself, but two of my favorite genres are very text-heavy. RPGs and visual novels are my bread and butter, and not the kind that read the text to you either. The writing is crucial to these types of games. If the presentation is weak, the whole thing falls flat. I know it's hardly the same as books, but tons of the same concepts apply. They're like electronic literature. Good luck convincing anyone of that!
I don't know, Natsuki. It's not so different than your manga argument.
Are you serious? At least you can hold a manga in your hands! Video games are just bullcrap!
-1 for the Natsuki swear jar. Any other mod would have had her say bullshit.
Well, Shiro, it doesn't really matter. Just don't expect that we'll be playing very much gaming here.
No problem. I have some idea of what I'm getting into at least. I trust it's not an issue if I join as well.
I don't see why not.
Great, that should do it then.
Are we just gonna...
Whoa, sorry. I didn't mean to make things awkward. I'm just really anxious to be a part of this club. I think I got a little ahead of myself. Here, let me try again. May I please join the literature club?
You know, a little note about Tiffany is that, like, she tries to get along with everyone as best she can, and for Shiro to even have her little sketched out, it kind of says something.
May I please join the literature club?
I guess I can give you a chance. I'd say that's fair.
But only a chance. You're starting on thin ice, Bunny. I'll do more than keep it in mind.
Alright then, welcome to the club, Shiro.
Thank you. I promise you won't regret it.
I'm sure it'll all be fine. Anyway, I think that's enough excitement for one day. Let's call this club meeting adjourned.
Finally.
Phew, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to see what the rest of this festival has to offer. I'm not leaving the school until I'm completely stuffed.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Okay, I think I'm probably gonna head home.
Yeah, but Allie, this was supposed to be our first date.
Date? You two are a thing now?
Oh, that's right.
It's a recent development. Natsuki's expression changes to a look I don't quite understand.
Well, whatever. That's your business. I'm happy for you, really.
You'll get this reaction out of her whether you chose her for the weekends or not. But obviously, whether you chose Sayori as your loved one or just friends affects this scene. Darn, they called it a day before the third new member walked in. I mean, what? We don't need 3 members. 2 was more than enough.
Anyway, Allie, you're not really just gonna leave, are you?
What kind of boyfriend would I be if I did?
So, you're...
We can go see the festival, Sayori.
Yay, Allie, you're the best!
Sayori gives me a big hug before rushing out the door after Natsuki.
I guess I'll head out too. Y'all meet in this room after class, right?
That's right.
Cool, I'll definitely be here. Oh, I can hardly wait.
Likewise, I'm sure our time here will be interesting.
Oh, how interesting it will be.
Until then. So that leaves.
Monica looks over to Yuri, who is already occupied with a book. After a tough day like this, she probably needs it.
I'm sure she'll leave on her own time. See you tomorrow, Allie. I hope you're looking forward to it. And hey, have some fun with Sayori today. She's a good friend. You're lucky to have her, you know.
This is like the first instance of Monica, like, trying to make up for what she did without really, like, being open about it or obvious. Yeah? I'm not entirely sure what Monica meant by that, but I hardly have any time to think about it. It's almost like she's kind of signaling this to the player, because she knows they know, and obviously MC's confused because it's like, where did this even come from?
Come on, Allie, before all the good snacks are taken.
Sayori practically drags me out of the room with her. We head all over the school, seeing what other clubs put together. After raiding every snack table, of course. We're both enjoying ourselves so much that the rest of the day just flies by.
Oh, what a day! It was so great to finally see the festival.
I didn't know you were looking forward to it that much. See, this is a subtler one, but this is one of Sayori's self-aware statements. So great that we get to finally see the festival. Like, it's still kind of natural because they did spend like a week preparing for it, so you could still say it, but like Sayori knows that it's been a couple timelines before we actually got to see it, and that it didn't really happen in their original attempts.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
Hence this reaction.
I'm just really happy today. It's making me talk without thinking.
Well, don't let it get you in any trouble.
You mean like earlier with my poem?
I think you were just overly enthused back there, but about that poem. And this conversation changed after I was suggested that MC should react. Not to be rude, but what the heck was that? I kind of love double minis like that. This game sets up nicely for them. Thank you. I also like such things.
What do you mean?
Kill that music. Time to go serious. Like, where did that come from? None of your other poems are even similar. And some of those lines were just really concerning. Sayori, are you okay?
I'm fine. You don't have to worry.
You're not just saying that, are you?
No, really, I'm doing alright. I know I wasn't this past weekend, but it's okay now. Like, it was just a venting poem. You know how I was feeling back then.
Did it have anything to do with Monica?
Monica, what makes you think?
You know, that line about what she said to you?
Oh, that, well...
What was it she told you that day? Yeah, Sayori, what'd she tell you?
It was just some advice that I didn't want to hear.
What kind of advice?
Look, it's between me and her. It's nobody else's business.
Are you sure? She didn't tell you anything dangerous.
Howie!
Sayori's scolding tone tells me I'd better stop asking. I'm burning with curiosity, but if she really doesn't want to tell me, fine, I won't pry. Just don't be afraid to come to me if you need to. So this is a little bit deliberate because, like, Although I disagree with like the anti-Monicans and always have, I do like understand their suspicion, and I can. There's always been like it's been such a point of contention what exactly Monica could have or would have said to Sayori on that Friday. So like this scene just kind of it's supposed to be kind of validating to the people who feel that even after all this time, I guess. That's why I had it that way. To this day, we can only guess what they might have said in that conversation. Indeed, but I feel like I wrote a pretty convincing custom dialogue on the matter once upon a time. I'm your boyfriend, so you don't have to hide anything from me, okay? Oh, hey, look, there's another line that changes.
Right. Got it. No more sad stuff. We have an exciting week ahead of us.
For real? Well, with the new members and all.
Yeah, I was really surprised. Not one, but two new people. I wasn't so sure we'd get any.
Wasn't so sure we'd get any. This is a loaded statement from Sayori, because, like, there are a couple reasons why she did what she did with her poem at the festival. Like, this is, I guess, like, a little bit of spoilers for later in the mod. It kind of, it comes up after Act 7 is dealt with. But basically, Sayori was doing two things there. She was getting back at Monica for the original game. It was partially to punish her. And she was also trying to ruin the festival to a degree so that people would lose interest in the club and she would have less competition for the players' affection. Same. We walk on in silence for a moment, reflecting on the day's events. It isn't long before our houses come into view.
We'll see you tomorrow, Holly. Thanks for making today so special.
Huh? I didn't do anything special.
Oh, I guess. I feel like every day we have together is, even just a little.
It is a constant that Sayori is cunning. It is also a constant that it's easy to forget that about her. It really is. Like, one of the most common ways Sayori gets flanderized is that they just make her, like, genuinely childish instead of, like, pretend childish. When so much of how she behaves in the original game is just a show for Sayori. And she's, like, maybe she's not that, like, book smart, but she is, like, I would describe it as she has high emotional intelligence. And she is a sneaky little girl. There are all kinds of things she will try to get away with if she can. And this was just one of those moments. I think all that food is getting to your head. Hold on, this part is actually quite nice.
I feel like every day we have together is even just a little.
This is her being grateful for her second chance, even if she's still resentful of Monica. And then MC just throws it back in her face in his usual callous way. I think all that food is getting to your head.
Oh, I'll see you in the club tomorrow.
Not in the morning before?
Yeah, then. Until then.
Sayori dashes off to her house, and I turn to head toward my own. As I walk, my mind wanders between all the members of the club. One moment here. Since I'm pointing out things that are a little like behind the scenesy, I also feel like it's worth it to point out things that aren't. Like, you could take this being like, I'll see you in the club tomorrow, knowing that she won't actually be walking with him in the morning or that the game won't show it. But that doesn't really fit with like my interpretation of DDLC. So this isn't actually a loaded statement at all. It's her forgetting that they're walking together normally. Because Sayori is a little bit airheaded, even if she is quite cunning sometimes. Combining cunning with real and true ditziness is the perfect cover. You can never tell what she's thinking or how true the dumb moments are. Hell yeah, 100%. As I walk, my mind wanders between all the members of the club. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, Monica, Tiffany, and even Shiro. Will I have the chance to get to know these new members? Or grow even closer to friends I already hold dear? Only time will tell. I can't remember if Monica told us to write a poem for tomorrow. I decided I'd better do one just in case. I head up to my room and sit down at my desk with a pen in my hand and a dream in my heart. I timed the jumping of these chibis with the pop-pop of the song so that they would pop up, and then these come in on like the first piano note. I really like it. It's still great to me. So anyway, I feel like we should do a Sayori route first. Yes. I can't remember Sayori's words. Is amazing a Sayori word? Sure seems like it. Yes. Okay, that's a Sayori word. Oh goodness. Oh, I should keep an eye out for forgive. I don't think any of the previous ones were forgive, but if I see it, I'll click it. Is dance Sayori? I think dance is Sayori. Yeah. I would have given dance to like Tiffany because she does like dancing, but dance was a pre-existing poem word that was for Sayori, so Tiff still gets like at least 1 point for it. Sayori is a black hole in the poem game. If you think the word is for someone else, it's probably for Sayori. That is too true, man. It is too true. She likes simple words like hope. Happiness. I'm not seeing forgive, so I don't think we'll be able to get it this time. That's okay. It's kind of RNG. We'll keep an eye out for it on other routes too. It's fine. Let's see. Fear? Yeah, it's a Sayori word. I can't tell you how many poems she's stolen from me. Lamau. Yeah. You just gotta, like, keep in mind that she's like the middle ground. Yuri likes things that are darker and more extreme than Sayori. And Natsuki likes things that are, dare I say, blander. Like, maybe it's just because I'm a dude and I'm not into the same things as Natsuki, but she has, like, really girly words. Like, shopping. Friends. Yeah. Hey, calm? There we go. We're off to a great start. Effulgent. No. Let's see. Unrequited is actually a Sayori word. And quite an ironic one at that. Pure, or is that Natsuki? Pure might be Natsuki. Which is also an interesting... Let's click it. Is it Natsuki? It is Natsuki. I just had... Clouds? Oh, nope, too cute. I think music's Sayori, yep. How's about... Peace? Is peace hers? Nope, that's you. Huh. Depression. What do you mean you tried to click it for Yuri? Scars is one that should be a Yuri word, but like... And like... In principle, I probably would have changed it to a Yuri word, but it was always a Sayori word, and I'm not going to go against canon. Even when canon is wrong! I'm trying to think. Oh, childhood, yes. There we go. How's about... Is Lucky you, or is that Natsuki? No, that's you. I'm not sure we have a Sayori word among these. I'll try silence. Nope, that was a Tiff word. That's okay. I respect the respect for incorrect canon. I'd probably do the same in the end. Yeah! It's an extension of the original game, bugs and all. Rain cloud. You got cloud, you got rain cloud. Warm. Tears. There we go, and Sayori won the poem. She jumped 3 times. I guess I could have talked about how I made the poem game more transparent, where the person who likes the word most jumps twice, but people who liked it a little still jump once, and then, yeah, whoever wins the poem game is the last one jumping. Scars has probably tripped me up a few times. It's an easy one to mistake, because it's so obviously a Yuri word. It's the dawn of a new day. It doesn't seem real that the festival is already over. For such a big day with so much build-up, it's hard to believe it could come and go so quickly. I look around for Sayori, but she's nowhere to be found. I'm about to head off to school when I remember what she told me over the weekend. I think that sound effect is unused in the original game.
Why do you think I like to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed.
Yeah, it's either unused or on like a scare so rare I can't actually remember what it was. Oh, heck no. I look over to Sayori's house. I can see her bedroom light is on. Without a second thought, I walk up to her front door. I turn the knob and... locked. I wonder, is the key still... I can see a fake rock on the ground next to the stoop. Lifting up the real rock sitting next to it, I find the key underneath. I told her no one would fall for this. I unlock the door and head inside. one of the things I like about characterization is that you can do it in fun ways like this too. Like just this little interaction of the MC with his childhood friend's security measures tells you something about him and about Sayori and about a past interaction they had, and it's just all just fits. Nice touch with even the text box being grayscale in the flashback. The thing about the flashback is it's actually just screenshots from the original game that I turned to grayscale. That's literally what they are. Unlock the door and head inside. Once I'm outside her bedroom, I give a couple knocks. Sayori, I thought I heard a gasp inside, but it's quiet now. So, like, I didn't string them along on festival day, but here I 100% am stringing people along here. It's like, oh no, is she choking? I put my ear to the door and listen closely. Is that fake snoring? And then you get this line, it's like, oh, maybe not. Sayori, I can see your light on. I know you're awake. The easy way. Yes, I'm a big fan of practical effects that are easy to do.
Oh, leave me alone.
Sayori, come on, I'm not leaving without you.
Please, don't waste any effort on me. Just go to school, spend time with the others. I'll catch up with you later.
I'm not going unless you're with me. Now, will you come out of your room?
No, please. Just let me be. I'd only slow you down.
So, like, one of the criticisms I've had from this mod before is, like, Sayori flip-flops between, like, being okay and being depressed too much. But one of the things that people like that tend to overlook is that Sayori isn't always depressed. Like, sometimes she's just sad about stuff. And this is kind of one of those cases. I think I changed the dialogue coming up a little bit to reflect it. But basically, Sayori has come down from the high of being at the festival, and like the realization of her situation sinks in. Her efforts to thwart the festival failed, and now they've got 2 new people. So she's got 5 other people who could distract MC away from her. And like, it's a little tricky with Sayori because, like, honestly, it's because of the bad ending of DDLC that kind of messes up the whole thing. Because, like, she's clearly there for the player at that point, which is kind of strange. Like, there's been a lot in the original game that, like, I've overthought, I think. And I feel like whenever Dan Salvato first made it, that maybe he didn't intend for people to take it quite this seriously. Let's see, the weather is different every day. Sometimes you don't know if you'll get sun or clouds until you wake up. Yes, that is a valid point as well. But, like, fitting the bad ending where Sayori tries to take the player for herself into, like, the things we know about Sayori has always been the trickiest thing for me, because I feel like she wouldn't necessarily discard the MC so callously. It makes sense with Dan's philosophy for the original game, because he doesn't even think he doesn't even think MC is a character. Like, I would go so far as to say he has to be a character because he has, like, a bare minimum of traits. Even just, like, being into games and anime or whatever are character traits. He's very blank slate, but there's just, like, a shred of it there. But, like, my interpretation would be that Sayori is in love with MC and not the player. And, like, she's clearly talking to the player in the bad ending. But it's also, like, she could have brought the MC to the space room with her, maybe. We don't really know what happens to MC in Act 3. That's completely open to interpretation. So it's like, I don't know. But anyway, back to this situation. Sayori is upset this morning because she's concerned that the person she loves is going to be unwillingly taken away from her by forces beyond her control. Anyway.
Oh, please, just let me be. I'd only slow you down.
If you won't come out, then I'll have to come in. I never quite liked the not a character at all idea myself. A weak character is fine, but he's still a character. I agree. Thank you. There was also something else I was going. Oh, right. And like this concern of her is, well, the dialogue doesn't really change at all to reflect it. Like, there are the parts where that's relevant to him being her boyfriend or not. But if you told Sayori you love her, then it's like the stakes are even higher, because it's like, can she get through another week of you paying attention to a girl that isn't her? And will MC fall in love with someone else instead of her? It's like her relationship is completely at stake just because the game is continuing. Plenty to be upset about. I mean, he seems to sometimes respond to things that would not have happened in the original script. And that too, Seth. Thank you. If you won't come out, then I'll have to come in.
Holly, You don't have to do anything. Please. Just go.
I didn't want to do this, but she's giving me no choice. It doesn't feel right, but as her boyfriend, I guess this isn't such a big deal. Here goes nothing. I hastily burst through the door.
Ah! Holly, you scared the crap out of me. I can't just barge into a girl's room. I might have been changing clothes.
I'm sorry, Sayori, but I won't take no for an answer. We're going together, and that's that.
You shouldn't be here. This is wrong, Holly.
There's nothing wrong about it. I'm just looking out for you.
Holly, don't you get it? This is exactly what I don't want. When you worry about me like this, it only makes things worse. You don't need me tracking you down and upsetting you, so you're better off with someone else.
And what about what I want, Sayori? I could have gone to school alone. I've done it tons of times before. I'm here because I chose to be. You can't stop me from caring about you. And Sayori, I wanted you to know, I meant what I told you this past weekend. I said I'd be here for you, and here I am. I don't know exactly what I can do, but I won't leave you behind if I can help it.
But you can't help it. Nobody can. It's my problem. It's not yours to fix. And going out of your way for me like this, you shouldn't have to do that. Not when you have a whole club full of wonderful people you can depend on.
See, there's one of the lines that I changed that, like, belies her concern here. Is that what this is about? You think the others can replace you? In other words, yes. Sayori, you're a part of that group. I'd never be the same without you. And no matter how nice the rest of them are, you're still great in your own way. So don't you listen to those rain clouds or whatever is telling you otherwise. You're the one I love, and nothing is going to change that.
Holly.
Now let's get you ready for school, okay?
Oh, okay.
Look at you. You're not even dressed yet. Are those the same clothes you were wearing this weekend?
I couldn't find my pajamas.
I could have gotten pajama sprites, but I thought this was funnier. I guess that means you haven't showered yet either.
No.
Holly, no.
Holly, you really don't have to wait up for me. I know I'm way behind today.
No, Sayori, we're walking to school together, just like I said. So go find your uniform and get cleaned up. Sayori shuffles her feet a little without really making a move. She averts her gaze to anywhere else in the room. Do you know where your uniform is?
It's around.
Well, get it together. Come on.
I don't.
Sayori, we can't delay any longer. We're late enough as it is. Sayori gives me another sorrowful glance before looking away. Is this the kind of motivation she struggles with on a daily basis? This is the kind of thing that depression can do to you. Sayori, please, you know what you need to do. Dots. It's not that hard. Longer dots. It's just a matter of doing it.
I'm sorry.
She still hasn't budged an inch. I rack my brain for anything to say, but keep coming up dry. Apparently this is an antiquated spelling of rack, but I just like it too much not to do it. I raise my voice and speak a little more sternly. Sayori, this isn't optional. You have to get ready to go.
But Holly,
No buts. Get cleaned up. Come on.
Holly, you're shouting.
I'm sorry. I'm losing patience fast. I don't know what to tell her. I don't know how to make it better. You can't. Well, if you won't go on your own, then I'll... And here comes the worst line in the mud. I'll take your clothes off and wash you myself.
What? Just because you're my boyfriend doesn't mean you can say things like that.
So, earlier in this scene, there was like an out-of-place hanging joke I removed. Like, where was it? I don't know exactly what I do. This used to be, I'll never leave you hanging again. And I decided, you know, as hilarious as that is, it kind of didn't suit the tone of the scene at all. So I was like, you know, maybe he should just say something heartfelt here instead of a tacky joke. But anyway, this part's still here because it like jolts her out of this situation. Admittedly, even I'm taken aback by my own words. However, that did seem to snap her out of it. Yeah, and that's the whole point. I put on an awkward smile and start to reach toward her.
All right, I'm going.
Huh, that looks like the correct use of rack to me. It is the correct use of rack. It's not the correct use, or the correct spelling. It's just R-A-C-K. The W is antiquated, apparently. Or at least that's what the internet told me. Sayori dashes around the room, gathering up pieces of her uniform. She pushes past me and out into the hall.
Me.
I also love her just coming back in the room to tell you that before leaving again. Sayori hurries into the bathroom and locks the door. Satisfied that she's in motion, I get moving too. As I return to my house, I can't help but feel perturbed. That didn't go well at all. It may have worked to get her going, but that can't have been a good way to do it. These are some lines that I added to, like, further communicate to the player that, like, I'm not supporting this line. Like, I kind of... It's weird. Sometimes whenever you've got a protagonist in a game, you don't want them to do things that the player would disagree with, but I don't have a problem with protagonists doing things that I personally wouldn't do, because I feel like that makes them more interesting as characters. Like, a game that demonstrates this really, really well is Lisa the Painful, where, like, some of the choices Brad makes that you don't have any say over, it's just like, huh. It kind of turns him into an anti-hero in that game, at least. But here, it's like, MC has done something, and sure, MC is you, quote-unquote, in this game, but, like, you're going into this with the full knowledge of the meta of the original game, at least. So there's at least, like, one layer of disconnect between the player and the MC, and this is him doing a thing that you don't have to agree with, and I've added these lines so people don't think that this is, like, an endorsement of his behavior or something, because it's not. This is a part where you should disagree with the MC, and if you think that was in line, maybe something's wrong with you. I had a whole conversation with my brother this week about writing things in your story that you don't personally approve of. It's completely valid. Yes, thank you. It may have worked to get her going, but that can't have been a good way to do it. Maybe she's right that I can't really help her, but that's no reason not to do what I can. I don't know how long she takes to shower, but I figure there's no time to lose. Let's see, quick. I grab a pan and an egg from the fridge and start scrambling it as fast as I can. While it's cooking, I toss a couple pieces of bread into the toaster. Luckily, I had good timing. The toaster pops just as the egg is done. It's better than nothing. I put the egg between the slices of toast to make a simple breakfast sandwich. I plate it and hurry back to Sayori's house. So, the other day on the mods subreddit, I complained about fluff scenes and how, like, every scene of MC making breakfast ever is just fluff, and it usually is. But here at least it serves some purpose. He's doing something to make food for Sayori so that she has something to eat on her way out the door, because he knows she just got up. She hasn't eaten yet. And, like, I did it in, like, 3 text boxes, man. There are some seriously boring MC makes breakfast scenes that add literally nothing to so many mods. No sausage? You lose points today, Sonny Boy. He's not gonna have time for sausage. You think he's gonna pull out a griddle and fry up some sausage? No. Anyway, I put the egg between slices of toast to make some breakfast sandwich plate and hurry back to Sayori's house.
Oh, Holly, there you are.
Wow, you were faster than I thought. You didn't think I left you behind, did you?
Well,
Once again, answer yes. I held the sandwich out to Sayori.
you made me breakfast too.
She's, like, genuinely surprised. Well, you said you get cranky if you don't eat, so...
Holly, you're too good to me. I don't deserve this.
She's, like, actually moved by this. It is completely untrue. Come on, it's getting cold. Sayori hesitates a moment, trying to look away from the sandwich. Finally, she takes the plate out of my hand. Nom nom nom. This was a fun little animation to do. It's actually just, like, the sink animation repeated 3 times so that she, like, sinks and chomps. There are some mods that really love to go into detail with the cooking. I know, right? What is with that? It's so weird. She devours it in just a few bites. I get the impression she's used to eating quickly. This is an indication that, like, it's meant to imply that whenever Sayori eats breakfast, she eats it quickly, and that's because she often gets a plate but still tries to at least get something in her stomach before she leaves. Because she does say in the original game that if she doesn't eat breakfast, she gets cranky. And, like, you can kind of read into that statement about how often she actually does eat or not, because we know her depression does stop her from eating. But, like, on the days where, like, she has a hard time getting out of bed and she does want to eat before school, I could imagine she has to do it pretty fast. She hands back the plate, her face and blouse covered in crumbs. You got something on your... I point at the general area of her mess. She hastily wipes it away. Now, are you all set?
Yes, thank you.
Good, let's get to school. We finally began our usual walk. We're so far behind, there aren't any other students on the street.
We should hurry or we're gonna be really late.
Yeah, she said it, but she doesn't quicken her pace at all. And neither do I.
Shouldn't we?
Well, we get there when we get there. And then they just have this nice, wholesome walk to school together. As like a cool down from the intensity of that moment and like the emotions of the prior part. Anyway, the school day passes uneventfully. Luckily for Sayori and I, our tardiness was not a big deal. Throughout the day, I heard other students talking emphatically about the various clubs they joined. It didn't sink in right away, but I eventually recalled that our club got a little bigger too. I'm not used to the idea of seeing new faces in the club yet. What will things be like there now? Some days you accept missing first period and keep going. Heck yeah. Better than skipping school entirely, I guess. Once class is out and I've gotten organized, I make my way to the club room. I open the door to a mostly familiar scene. Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Yuri is quietly reading on her own. I see one of our new additions, Shiro, is sitting at a desk with a laptop open. Monica and Sayori are having a hushed conversation near the front of the class. Curious, I ain't just close enough to hear. I can't remember if I added this for Act 7 or not, but I think I did.
But you still remember everything, right?
So like, if you somehow did not catch any of Sayori's cues that she's self-aware, this conversation exists.
Yeah, I'm just not conscious of it, I guess. I see. Well, as long as it doesn't cause you any trouble. And you don't let anything slip. I won't, Monica. You can have far more faith in me than that.
And here's where her resentment for Monica really first shows itself. Like, she may have done some of that stuff in the festival day out of spite, but like I said, she's kind of riding the high of being at the festival, because like, she was anticipating it. This was kind of a big moment, and she was like too caught up in it to really like let her spite out. But now it's going to show, and it will show more and more. And this is one of the major differences between Act 7 and the prior demos, because like one of the things that I did think was good advice that I got from Fit Marshmallow was that Sayori should not have just outright forgiven Monica, that she should be harder with her. And so here we are.
I wasn't doubting you. No, I wasn't doubting you. Just be careful, okay?
What was all that about? I can't even begin to guess, dummy. Thinking back on what Sayori refused to tell me, I can't help but feel suspicious. The thought is chased from my mind when I notice we're a member short. Most of us are here, but where is Tiffany?
I'm here. Sorry I'm late.
It's alright, I just got here too.
Yeah, you don't have to be concerned about that. We're not very strict. Although if you're ever really late, we might start to worry.
Oh, good to know. But I'll try to be timelier anyway.
Well, don't take us too seriously. This club is all about fun.
And here's her putting on her happy masks for Tiff.
Alright, Sayo. Haha.
For a moment, I consider bringing up my concerns to Monica, but I think better of it. Prying for answers now would put her on the spot and might upset Sayori. It could also make things awkward for the new members, but I did have another question to ask. I felt the need to add those lines because, like, he is suspicious of Monica at this point, but, like, and he was going to talk to her about this thing anyway, but now is just not the time for him to air those concerns. Hey, Monica, do you have a sec?
What's up?
I pull out the poem I wrote last night and hand it to her. I don't remember you mentioning anything about poetry to our new members. Is that going to be a problem later?
Oh, you still wrote one. I guess I didn't make an official statement. I'm sorry, Hallie. With the size the club is now, I don't think we'll be able to keep that up anymore.
Oh, that's a little...
Disappointing. I know, I'm kind of sad about it too. But don't worry, because I have some other plans for our activities this week. And please, don't let me stop you from writing poems. I mean... Look, we both know this is just a game mechanic by now, so we might as well put it to use.
The pause feature nobody knew existed.
Write your poems for whoever you want to spend time with, and that's what'll happen.
Those two lines get blammed out of the history.
I would never discourage someone from trying to write. So you just keep it up, okay?
Monica hands my poem back to me. I guess I wrote it for no reason after all.
You can go do your own thing in a little bit. I just need to start the meeting first, okay?
Monica walks up to the front of the room. I can only imagine what she has in store for us now.
Okay, everyone. May I have your attention, please? As you all know, our club has grown a bit since yesterday. I'd like to take this opportunity to formally welcome our two new members. Tiffany
Heyo.
and Shiro.
My pleasure.
Although the club is bigger now, I want you to know I'll do my best to ensure it's a safe and comfortable place for all of us.
This game also sets up for some beautiful fourth wall moments. I love the fourth wall moments. Like, For me, the meta mods of DLC tend to be the ones I enjoy the most.
Right, we don't want any more tragedies here.
So this line is actually the same as it was in the prior demos, but Sayori's expression was completely different. Like, this was originally a Sayori letting something slip she shouldn't moment, and this is now her throwing this in Monika's face.
Any more?
Sayori, if you please.
And Sayori's like, maybe that was out of line, maybe not.
Anyway, in light of the club's new size, our previous club activities are being suspended.
Suspended?
What? You mean no more poetry? To put it simply, yes. That's probably just as well.
Oh, okay.
Yuri quietly slips a piece of paper back into her bag. And obviously that's a poem she wrote, and it's like, oh, she was still keeping it up too.
I hope this isn't too upsetting. We can try and bring it back later if we want to.
But like, there's other reasons Yuri is like disappointed about that her poem not getting to be shared, and you kind of find out if you follow her out. But anyway.
But in the meantime, I have some new things lined up for all of us to do. For now, you can do whatever. Just mingle and read as you please. I'll call you together again later for our first activity. And that's all. Thanks for listening.
Monika steps down from the podium as the others go about their business. It seems like I have some time to kill. I'll look around and take stock of the situation before deciding what to do next. I head over to visit Sayori. She might be up for something fun today. Oh, Monday is just not a Sayori day. She's having another chat with Monika when I approach.
No, it hasn't bothered me at all. Really, not even a little. Well, maybe it's because I can actually get it off my mind, but...
So this was actually Monika, again, talking to Sayori about the Epiphany. And it's like, it's sort of an extension of the conversation they were having at the start of the club meeting. But like, since Sayori is not self-aware right, well, I mean, she is self-aware, but she's not conscious of the game, I guess is how I would describe it. Because like, there's like the active kernel access monitoring, I guess you could call it, and then there's not. She just remembers everything that happened. She's not in tune with the game right now, and that's the distinction between these two. Get one off your mind.
Oh, hi, Holly.
What were you two talking about?
Oh, that's nothing. Just, post-festival club business. No big deal. Yeah, that. Well, Sayori, I'm glad to hear you're doing all right. I'll just leave you to be.
I know it's there, but I can't see it. No, what? Oh, you're talking about Sayori with the game. Yeah, exactly.
Do you want to spend some time with me today, Holly?
I was thinking about it, yeah. I figured you probably don't have much else to do, so...
Well, what do you mean by that?
You know, with the festival out of the way and all. I suppose I thought you wouldn't be too busy.
Not too busy? You think I don't do anything around here?
Well, I mean, it's not like you're that into literature.
Excuse me, would I be the vice president of this club if I wasn't?
I guess not.
Just what?
That I don't think I've ever seen you reading anything. Look, I don't mean to question your devotion to the club, but apart from filling your role, what else do you actually do? And she just gets like progressively sadder as he lands this on her.
Holly, that's really mean. I love it here. You at least know that, don't you?
I never doubted it. I just wasn't sure of...
That's okay. I get it. You saw right through me again, Holly. I just...
Sayori?
It's just like everything else.
Suddenly, Sayori dashes away from me. She hurries to the entrance. Huh? Hey, Sayori! She rushes out, slamming the door behind her. See, this is another of those moments where people were like, "Boo, why don't you just get randomly depressed?" No, he said some, like, legitimately upsetting things to her, and now she's sad. It's not always depression, guys. Sometimes she's just sad.
Holly, what was that all about?
I don't know. You think I should go after her?
Yeah, get a move on.
Without another word, I hustle out the door myself. In the hallway, I can see that Sayori hasn't gone far. She's sitting on a bench nearby. She has her hands over her face, and I can hear her sniffling. I walk up to her cautiously. Sayori?
Holly.
I sit down beside her as she continues crying softly. Should I say something? I'm sorry I upset you.
It's not your fault. All you did was point out the obvious. I'm such a phony, Holly. All I ever do is pretend. I fake being into literature, being nice, being happy. Everyone would hate me if I didn't. My whole life is a lie. It's all just make-believe. I don't belong in this club. I don't belong anywhere.
Sayori, you know that isn't true. I already told you how much this club needs you. And I don't think you're a phony. You might have things you want to keep secret, but everyone does.
But that's just it, Hallie. If I hide everything about me, all that's left is fake, and it's all that people like.
We sit in silence for a bit. Thinking of what she said, I can't help but feel like there's more to it. This was a scene I ended up changing a bit, because, like, in earlier demos of Take-Two, I kind of made MC a little too wise, I guess is how I would put it. Because, like, I wanted to have, like, to offer some resolution to their concerns and stuff. But MC's not really equipped for that, and it kind of doesn't fit with his character, so that was part of why I decided to go with something else. Like, I tried to reach the same conclusions, but in a more natural way for, like, a teenager with unnatural charisma. Anyway, if the person she's projecting is nothing like herself, but how could that be true? Sayori, I don't think you're as false as you're making yourself out to be.
Like how?
Like, when you put on a smile for others, it's because you want them to be happy, right?
Well, yeah.
That means you really care about them, and you wouldn't do it if that wasn't the case. So even if you aren't happy, it's still a kind gesture to them. You're showing that you care enough to try despite your pain. That's part of you, and it's genuine. You're not faking it at all.
But it doesn't change that I'm still hiding the rest. What's it matter when I can't really be myself?
What I'm saying is you are being yourself. Yeah, there's a lot you've hidden, but it doesn't mean the person you put forward isn't real. It's still you, just another side of you. It's the difference between lying and omitting the truth. You can't convince me it's all an act. Deep down, I know you're that same fun-loving girl I grew up with. Who you are isn't just what you show or what you feel inside. It's both. So you're not a faker, Sayori. The only person you're lying to is yourself.
I just don't know. I've done it for so long. I can't tell what's real anymore.
Well, it's all real, isn't it? If you're feeling it, then it's real enough to you. So if anything, you shouldn't feel like you need to conceal your emotions.
It's easier said than done.
I know, but that's why we'll need to work on it. I get that you don't want anyone to worry, but bottling it up only makes things worse. Does anyone else in the club know about your condition?
Not really. Apart from Monica.
That's a start then. When you're not feeling well, you can come to me or her. Those dots were like, maybe I can't actually come to Monica. For reasons MC couldn't possibly know. It'll be okay. Oh, it'll be okay, Sayori. You do so much for all of us. Don't be afraid to ask for a little back. This is surprisingly relatable to some conversations I've had with friends in the past. Well, you know, that's a good thing because that makes me feel like it's kind of like there's some authenticity to it. Like, I kind of just wrote this off the cuff, and like, there's a bit of my personal philosophy in here because, like, I kind of think if you wear a mask long enough, it becomes your face, and like, it doesn't mean that the person behind the mask that doesn't care. It really is just like how he described. Like, even if you are wearing a mask, you're wearing it because you care about the people you're wearing it for. And like, sometimes there's like a selfish bend to that, but in Sayori's case in particular, I don't think it is. And like, it's kind of open to interpretation how much of Sayori's personality is genuine versus like due to depression or whatever. But like, I think that she's like a genuinely good person and that she wants what's best for those around her. It'll be okay, Sayori. You do so much for all of us. Don't be afraid to ask for a little back. You're the most important person in the world to me. I'll always be here for you.
Oh, Hallie.
Sayori gives me a soft hug. I return it lovingly.
I wish I could believe it. That you'll really always be there.
There it is. That's the concern. It's like, of course I will, Sayori. Why would I not be?
What if you meet someone you like better? Or if you don't have a choice?
Because the player chooses, and that's why she says that. There's no way that could ever happen. I meant it when I said I love you, and I could never like someone else more. Because I already love you the most of all. Don't ever doubt that, alright?
Hallie.
We stay in our embrace for a few moments with nothing else to say. Eventually, Sayori's grip slackens and I release her. Do you want to go back in the club?
Yeah, we shouldn't worry them.
Hand in hand, we return to the room. And like, another part of the reason why I wanted to do this scene this way is because, like, despite what some in the community might argue, I do think this adds a bit more depth to Sayori, because, like, it talks about her insecurity, like, why she's masking so much. Like, you could say in the original game she's just trying to hide her depression as much as possible, but, like, I feel like that's too simple of a reason for a person to mask. And Sayori, she feels like a fraud because of what she's doing here. And, like, there's, like, legitimacy in her characterization and her interests and the things we know about her to that being, like, another problem of hers. It's like, the people who think she's just, like, oh, a dere plus depression, there's this side, too. And I think there's grounds for it in the original game. And this scene is meant to, like, expand upon it and, like, solidify it to a greater degree. Classic Seiyo plot. Hi, Alma. Thanks for stopping by.
You're back. Is everything okay? Yeah, I was a little down, but Holly helped me through it.
This was a line I changed. She used to say it was just a little rain cloud, but I wanted to make the distinction, like I said earlier, that it wasn't actually depression, that she was actually just sad because of the stuff he said. And, like, we know she was a little depressed earlier in the day, for legitimate reasons as I described, but yeah, at this moment, this was like sadness brought on by him bringing that insecurity out of her and then having to talk through it.
Good to know you has your back. So it wasn't, another rain cloud.
Oh, there you go.
Nope, just regular old sadness.
Don't say that so cheerfully.
Well, even if it was, I just wanted to say, I'm here for you too. You can confide in me if you need it.
And then Sayori's expression just, like, falls because, like, well, like earlier, this is the same reason she just kind of gave MC a ... response when he was like, you can go to me or Monica. Depression or not, Sayori believes she's unlikable. Even if she's wrong, it'll affect how she thinks others see her. Correct. But yeah, this is Monica, like, this is her first attempt to, like, make amends to Sayori, at least on her route. There are other times in, like, the in-between scenes where Monica tries to do this, I want to say. I can't exactly recall. I guess we'll see them as they come up. But anyway, this is her, like, having a read-between-the-lines conversation with Sayori here, and, like, she's kind of not having it.
I know that I wasn't much use last week, and I'm really sorry for that. But I care about you guys. Everyone in this club is super important to me. So you never have to feel like you're alone, alright?
She just doesn't even know what to make of that.
Sure. Thanks, Monica.
Not the response she was hoping for. Well, now that that's settled, did you want to...
Actually, it's about time for our club activity. Oh, of course it is.
Sayori getting bent out of shape that the end of her exclusive has been reached. That's okay, we can always hang out again later.
Yeah. Okay, everyone, it's time for our group activity. As before, we're doing something a little different today. If you please, would you come gather round?
The other club members move to occupy the desks around Monica, as do I. Tiffany is paying rapt attention while Shiro continues to type away on his laptop. Sayori is eyeing Monica warily. Oh crap, I can't remember if eyeing you can leave off this E or not. I'll have to double check on that one. Natsuki and Yuri look a bit apprehensive. I guess none of us really know what to expect.
Now, for our first meeting as a newly expanded club, I thought it might be good to get to know each other a little bit better. I'd like us to take turns sharing our various interests in literature. You may have some idea already, but it's good to have everyone on the same page.
Apart from Tiffany stifling a giggle, the room is completely quiet. Tiff is an appreciator of dad jokes.
Wow, tough crowd. It wasn't that bad of a plot, was it? Well, lame jokes aside, I'm not kidding. I want to hear about your literature preferences. This way we can learn more about each other, and it may help me with planning our future activities too.
I think eyeing is correct. I didn't get a spell check line just now. Well, it could go either way. It could be one of those, like, maybe Britain leaves the second E in, or takes it out, or something. I don't know. I've played so many mods with, like, British English, it's just, like, permanently broken my brain.
This way we...
Oh, yeah, I gotta read that.
I'll let you go first, just to get things rolling. Let's see.
Monica pauses a moment to collect her thoughts.
I started this club because literature is very special to me. For some, it's not the most enthralling medium. It's been declining more and more in recent years. But as the times change, so do written works. The definition of literature only gets broader. It's a staple of human communication, and it will always be around in one way or another. For me, I tend to like informative books, though I won't turn down a good story. I've also been into philosophy lately, and poetry, of course. And although it's a little bit nerdy, I've been dabbling in computer science as well.
British English? Wouldn't it be like essaying then? I don't recognize that word. I don't know what you're trying to say.
It's good to have some technical knowledge in this day and age.
You don't say? Huh, I wouldn't have expected that from you.
I'm just full of surprises.
Well, depending on what you're looking for, I might be able to hook you up sometime.
I may take you up on that, Shiro. Now, who would like to go next? Sayori? I guess I can.
Doesn't like being called on by Monica. Sayori stands up, gazing around uncertainly. When her eyes cross over Monica, there's a flicker of irritation in her expression. Is she alright? She appears to be at a loss for words. See, this was one of those moments I needed to make sure was in, like, the in-between scenes. Because, like, it may be a little clearer on Sayori's route, and especially on Monica's route, that she's not cool with Monica right now. But, like, I had to make sure there were moments that showed they are at odds, that were not missable. Yeah, British English always replaces Y with S, right? Or am I thinking of a different letter? Yay, take two. Lorana 3, welcome. I'm glad you could make it. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming for too much longer just yet, but yeah, this series is going to be a regular thing until we get through it. Anyway.
Sorry, I was spacing out. What I chime into is,
Sayori looks from one person to another until her eyes come to rest on me.
Poetry. I like poetry a lot. And, I guess other types of literature are good too. Gosh, I feel like it's been a while. We were so busy planning for the festival, I haven't, read anything in weeks. I want to get back into it though. I'm still exploring what types of literature like this. I'm book curious.
We're trying to say bi-curious.
Yeah, that. When you don't know what your preferences are.
That's not what that word means.
It's not.
Not even close.
Well, okay, Smarty Pants. Why don't you go next? You can wait a little bit if you want.
No, it's alright.
Yuri clears her throat as she closes her eyes to think.
I prefer to read traditional novels, fantasy in particular.
Not horror!
As long as I can get immersed, I am quite content. The deeper, the better.
Fantasy, you say? Any examples?
Of course, he's the one to ask for more details.
Well, C.S. Lewis, R.R. Martin, and Tolkien, to name a few. My favorite is Annabelle's Pond.
A side stories factoid that was added later.
Although I am rather partial to, things with the darker themes. I like having my perceptions challenged, and horror can be very good for that.
Even talking about her passions under the unwavering gaze of Shiro, it becomes awkward.
Interesting. All finished. I suppose I don't mind going next.
Tell him, Hallie. Tell him what? Oh, about the horror? Yeah.
I'm a little surprised I forgot to bring this up yesterday. Apart from my gaming preferences I mentioned, I have some other activities that could fall into the writing category. Ever heard of D&D?
I can't say that I have.
You mean Dangers and Devils, right? That tabletop thing?
Yeah, you know it. But there's so much more to it than just some tabletop thing. You can think of this game as taking Pretend to the next level.
You know, it is funny, even before the side stories, Yuri did say that horror is only a recent thing for her. Thank you, Seth! Yes! Oh my god, so many people overlook this detail. They're like, oh, her favorite book is Markov, and horror is her favorite genre.
It's designed for maximum player freedom, in decision-making at least. It does have its rules and guidelines, though. I ought to know. I've read every edition of its manual, cover to cover.
Oh, good. For a second, I thought this would have nothing to do with literature.
Believe it or not, there's more to it.
Natsuki and Shiro sassing each other is like one of my favorite things.
I'm listening.
Amongst a group of players, one is always the Devil Master. They orchestrate the quest that the rest of the players partake in. It's a role I'm quite fond of, and this is where I'm able to tie it in. You see, being a DM is a massive creative writing exercise. You need to have intimate knowledge of the world you've created for the players to operate freely. You can spare no detail. You must also be ready to improvise. You could make an elaborate storyline only to have your group end up on some wild tangent by their own volition. It's all part of the fun, but writing the quest, giving out detailed explanations, and providing a thorough understanding of each setting is the DM's job.
Technically, D&D does have some tie-in novels, and I'm sure that's true no matter what the D's stand for. Yeah! Me when I lock in on my hyperfixation.
Long story short, I fancy myself an imaginative and competent writer. Does it make sense now?
I can certainly say that it qualifies. Like I told the crowd yesterday, we're no strangers to writing. But it's still not reading, and neither were your games before. Sorry, but that's just how it is.
Well, it sounds like you want to share your own tastes next. So please, Natsuki, go right ahead.
Kinda did it to yourself, Knots. Natsuki fidgets with her hands, clearly reluctant to continue talking.
What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?
Curse. If Natsuki could kill with a glare, Shiro would be dead right now. Her pouting lips are firmly shut. No, she does not get a killing glare in his reality. D&D multiplayer, choose your own adventure. Before things can escalate, I decide to break the ice for her. I like to read manga. I am mostly into shonens. Things with lots of action or a quicker pace hold my interest pretty well. I know they're not as text-heavy or involved as actual books, but they're what I read most often.
Huh, alright, there's no shame in that. It's still more than I've admitted to reading, after all.
I like manga too.
She just jumps on MC's coattails. Natsuki stops herself for a moment, seemingly unsure if she should continue.
I mean, I'm more of a shoujo girl myself. But there are shonens I enjoy too. I like a good plot more than anything else. I just tend to prefer things that are cuter. That's not. It's okay, Natsuki. You don't have to be embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed!
Is clearly embarrassed.
Relax, would you? It's fine, we're not judging here. So you like cute things, it's a big deal. Lots of people do. I've had my interests looked down upon before. Trust me, I know how it feels. That's why I mind my own and let others be. Just have fun with what you like.
Thanks, I guess.
Natsuki really does not know how to feel about about this guy she hates telling him something so validating. Or telling her something so validating. Yeah.
That's well put, Shiro. You're absolutely right. So that leaves Tiff, yes?
Indeed it does. I think we can probably get through hers too.
Oh my, I feel so insignificant next to all of you. I really don't do much reading on my own. Most of what I read are song lyrics. They can give you a whole new perspective on the music. Since the words can get mixed up with the tune, it can be hard to discern exactly what's being said. I can't tell you how often I hear a song one way, only to read its lyrics and find out it said something else entirely.
The most relatable thing anyone can say about music in any time ever. It's like, tell him, Shiro, I like cute things. Surely it's not weird. It's not.
Are there any genres you prefer? I haven't really said.
X7 Part 2 Truthers eating good tonight, hopefully.
I find I can appreciate almost any type of music, but there are some I enjoy more.
Say, like, rap by any chance?
Monica has to strangle this out of her at this point. It used to be, like, on the festival day that Tiff was upfront about her enjoyment of rap, but, like, I decided it would help her be a little less stereotypical if she wasn't, like, super upfront about it. And besides, it is kind of something she's embarrassed about. So I have her talk about, like, her interest in performing first instead. But anyway.
Hey, well, look, I guess. Rap is indeed my favorite, but it's just a little embarrassing.
What makes you say that?
I mean, not just the obvious, but rap has a reputation.
The obvious being that she's black and a lot of black people are into rap.
Maybe it's because I don't find them relatable, but I'm not too fond of its common themes. You know, drugs, sex, thug life, that ain't me. But I adore that style of music. Putting words and rhymes to a beat is its own art form. I want to bring something different to the world of rap, and that starts with some fresh ideas.
I get what you mean. I was always curious to see what a rapper might come up with in the club.
And yes, that was the original inspiration for Tiff, that Act 3 topic of Monica's.
If only poem sharing wasn't so unwieldy in a big group.
I'd be down if you decided to try. I love poetry. Sometimes I try to put a beat to it in my head while I read. It feels like almost any poem could be turned into a song. But I know that's not really bookish either.
Well, what about plays? You said you enjoy those too. Do you read their transcripts or...?
Not so much. I like watching plays, and I used to have a lot of fun performing, but that's where it stops.
Is there a reason you quit? Performing, I mean.
You see, the thing about that is, it was easier to get back in my home country. When I was younger, I was addicted to the spotlight, and I'm still kinda enamored with it. Around here, it seems I'm not cut out for it, and not for the lack of trying.
She was basically rebuffed by any, like, stage-type clubs.
Even once I'd gotten the language down well enough, I stand out a bit much.
How does Tiff speak Japanese in a southern accent? I don't know, okay? That is a question I legitimately cannot answer.
But I haven't given up hope. I still feel a fire deep inside when I think about it.
I guess they would say she has an Osakan accent, but that doesn't really make sense either.
And I won't let that flame go out, not if I can help it. though it's no real use on the literature front.
That's quite alright. I think it's great that we have such varied interests in our club. Like I said before, the definition of literature is broad and complex. It can't be broken down so simply. And now that we've all shared, I hope we feel closer as a group. We learned more about our fellow club members, and I've already got a few ideas for things we can do together. But for now, this meeting is adjourned. I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll have a new activity ready as well.
And with that, this stream is adjourned because I actually have to attend the premiere of an SMBX episode right after this. You can join me for that if you want, I guess, but that's going to do it for this one. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you on Saturday if all goes well with the next stream of Take-Two. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.